Good morning, student. Today I am going to start the new chapter, gravitation. And student, listen carefully. We observe that when any object is dropped from a certain height, it falls toward the earth. The motion in the body must have been initiated by the force exerted by earth on the body or object. In other example, we know that all planet revolves around the sun in a circular path, wherein their direction of motion changes continuously. The change in direction must be due to an unbalanced force acting on each planet exerted by sun. In the same manner, moon also revolves around the earth in a circular path, and the direction of motion of a moon continuously changes. These changes due to an unbalanced force acting on moon exerted by the earth. Newton grasped that the force involved in all three cases must be same. And Newton called this force is gravitational force. And student, you know that Newton was sitting under an apple tree when an apple fell on him. He concluded that the apple fell due to downward pull of the earth on the apple. Now student, I am going to explain an activity. Take a thread, one end of the thread is tied with a small stone, and hold the other end of the thread and whirl it around. Before releasing the stone continuously move in a circular path with a fixed speed. While doing a circular motion of this stone, direction of motion of stone changes continuously. Due to change in the direction involve change in velocity or acceleration. The force that causes this acceleration and keeps the stone or body to move in a circular path is acting at the center of the circular path. If this centripetal force is absent, and or if we release the stone moves in a straight line path. So student, when the stone is released or when centripetal force is absent, then stone moves in a straight line path. Now student, I am going to explain why the moon revolves around the earth. So motion of the moon around the earth due to a centripetal force. Without centripetal force, no circular motion is possible, and moon is revolves around the earth in a circular path due to a centripetal force. This centripetal force is provided by the force of attraction of the earth. If centripetal force is not acting on the moon would pursue a uniform straight line motion. In the same way, all the planet revolves around the sun in a circular path, and this circular path is due to centripetal force, and this centripetal force is provided by the force of attraction of the sun. And student, one question arises, if apple is attracted by the earth, so why earth is not moved toward the apple? So according to Newton's third law of motion, the force exerted by the earth on the apple, same force also exerted by the apple on the earth. But according to Newton's second law of motion, F equal to what? ma, and a equal to what? F by m. And suppose force exerted by earth on the apple is F, and apple is also exerted the same force F on the earth. So this F is what? Same. So we can write it. A is inversely proportional to the mass of the object. Mass of the apple, which is very small compared to the mass of the earth. So acceleration produced on the apple, which is large. So due to large gravitational force exerted by the earth on the apple, and apple is accelerated toward the earth, because mass of the apple is what? Less. So acceleration produced on it, that is what? More. On the other hand, why earth is not moved toward the apple, and apple also exert the same force? Reason is that mass of the earth is very large, and nearly its value is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. So mass of the earth is very large compared to the mass of the apple. So acceleration produced on the earth is negligible. So we cannot able to see that earth is attracted towards the apple. So from the motion of the planet around the sun, we can say that there exists a force acting between the sun and the planets. And Newton concluded that not only does earth attracts an apple and the moon, but all the object in the universe attract every other object. The force of attraction acting between the object is known as gravitational force. And student, gravitational force is what? Mutual force. It means what? Force exerted by one object on the other object. Other object also exerts the same force on the first object, only but direction is what? Opposite. So gravitational force, that is what? Mutual force. Now I am going to write the formula of universal law of gravitation and explain the universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation. And statement of the universal law of gravitation, listen carefully. Every object in the universe attract every other object with a force which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and the direction of the force is along the line joining of the center of two masses. This is the statement of universal law of gravitation. You must note down from your NCERT book. Now I am going to write the formula of universal law of gravitation. So student, let M1 and M2 be two objects. Let two objects whose mass is what? M1 and M2, and their center is separated by distance is what? D, and this object exerts a force on this. M1 exerts a force M2 towards left, and M2 also exerts a same force towards what? Right? Gravitational force is what? Mutual force. So force exerted by M1 on M2 by a force towards left, and force exerted by M2 on M1 towards right with the same force. So let us consider two object of masses. Consider two objects of masses M1 and M2 separated by distance D. Then gravitational force acting between them by statement of universal law of gravitation, F is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and F is also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. In combined way, F proportional to M1 M2 by D square, and by removing this proportionality constant, F can be written as F equal to G M1 M2 by D square, and this is the formula of universal law of gravitation, where capital G is a constant and is known as universal gravitational constant. And value of G that is written here, value of universal law of gravitation, which is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. So now once again explaining the universal law of gravitation. So student, consider two objects of masses M1 and M2 separated by a distance D. Then gravitational force, which is directly proportional to product of their masses, and gravitational force is also inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Combined way, F is directly proportional to M1 M2 by D square. By removing this proportionality constant, the formula comes out to be that F equal to G M1 M2 by D square, where capital G is constant and is known as universal gravitational constant, and the value of capital G 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. Thank you.